Hello, and if you're new here, welcome to the Canting Club. The unloved Carignan. 40 years ago, this was the most planted black grape in all Europe, covering great swathes of southern France and northern Spain. Even as late as the turn of the century, after 30 years of government incentives to grub it up and plant something else, this was still the #1 black grape in France. The reason for this extraordinary popularity is its extraordinary productivity. Carignan can, given the chance, produce more than 4 times as much wine per acre as, say, Cabernet Sauvignon. This made it very popular with the peasant farmers of France's Midi, today's Languedoc-Roussillon. The problem was that Carignan is a very hard grape to get fully ripe, and if you don't ripen it properly, the ferocious acidity and hard, green, stalky tannins combine with the dilute fruit flavours you get from overcropping to produce wine that's really very nasty indeed. But this didn't matter if the EU was going to buy any wine you couldn't sell, and so Carignan formed the backbone of the EU's infamous wine lake. Any Carignan that was ripe enough to actually drink got used in blends, where it contributed colour, acidity and tannin to the mix, often with paler, softer, fruitier grapes like Grenache. But Carignan can, from old vines, and if the yields are properly restricted, produce some really lovely wine. And today in the Languedoc, a new generation of winemakers is championing this much maligned grape, and even producing single varietal unblended wines from it. And this is one of those, produced from 40 to 60-year-old vines on the slopes surrounding the village of Cruzy in the western Hérault. The winemakers have tried every trick in the book to get this fully ripe, picking the oldest vines on the sunniest, driest sites, green harvesting to control the yields, and they've succeeded, just. The alcohol level here is a moderate 12.5%, proving just how difficult it is to ripen Carignan, even in the heat of the Midi. The wine is a deep ruby colour, as you might expect from the reputation of the grape. It's got a lovely clean nose of brambles with dried figs behind that, and that's supported by subtle vanilla oak and a spike of pungent dried herbs, garrigue as the French would say. The palate is clean and crisp, with black fruits, mostly black cherries, but blackberries as well, herbs and a savoury note of black olives that comes through more on the finish. Also on the finish, you can detect the firm tannins, but fortunately these are fine and ripe and contribute an appetising touch of bitterness to the finish. Very nice indeed. There's lovely balance here, very skillful winemaking. The old vines have contributed enough fruit flavour to balance the crisp acidity of this. The oak treatment has added complexity without overpowering the wine with vanilla, and Carignan's infamous tannins have been tamed by careful control of skin contact, use of oak, and most importantly, getting those grapes ripe enough. The result is a clean and savoury and very food-friendly red that is very easy to drink a lot of. So it's probably just as well that it's only 12.5%. Cheers.